How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate. So in the last episode, we started going out with Lukako, which may sound weird if you still think he's a guy at heart, but no, he is actually a she, and apparently this is what we have to do in order for he-she to actually go in and allow us to cancel the D-mail that they sent quite a few days ago, which kind of brought us into the state that we are in now. So we shall read on. We have 2 more days to go, today and the next day, the 15th being the last day, before I believe Mayuri dies. I believe we're going off the assumption that every time we cancel out a D-mail and get closer to the beta world line, Mayuri's death is pushed off 24 hours exactly. So we got till tomorrow. The next morning, I head to the shrine to meet with Lukako. She's already waiting in the courtyard. When she sees me, she smiles and waves her hand. Too cute. Must resist. I make up my mind and throw out the question. Lukako twitches for a moment, and then she hangs her head. Lukako just nods stiffly. I consider a more forceful approach, but the words of that dating manual blaze inside my head. Whatever you do, don't make the girl sad. You might get dumped. If I get dumped, then what will happen to our 4-day agreement? Lukako might refuse to turn back into a guy. No, Lukako's not like that. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance, so I'm sure no matter what I say, she'll turn back. Or is it naive of me to think that? Sorry. Either way, even though I'm doing this to save Mayuri, I can't just trample on Lukako's pure, maidenly heart. Neither one of us speaks. Mutual distrust, suspicion, or discomfort. One word could shatter our temporary relationship. Luka is the first to break the suffocating silence. Lukako bows her head and goes back into the shrine office. I heard her. I feel guilty, but at the same time relieved. I hate myself for it. Instead of returning to the lab, I stand on the bridge in front of the station and gaze blankly at this stream of people. Feris might be visiting the lab. Feris was at the lab on this day when I first came to this world line. My actions shouldn't have influenced Mayuri, so she should have called Feris over to show her the costumes. Right now, I don't want to see anybody. I need to think. But try as I might, no ideas come, no solutions. Lukako agreed to go back to being a guy if I went out with her for a time. I've stayed faithful to that, so... Faithful... how? I just made a huge mistake back there. I've done nothing but make Lukako sad. And I also just got a message on Facebook. That's lovely. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 15th. The day ComiMa opens, the day Mayuri dies. At the very least, I need to make our relationship last until that evening. Tomorrow is the end. But I'm not confident I can show Lukako a fun time. Alright, so instead of fussing over a date, I'll just try something that won't make Lukako sad. I'm sure that'll work out perfectly. The next morning, after Mayuri and Daru have left for Ariake, I head to the shrine to pick up Lukako. We hop the train at Akiba Station. When she looks askance at me, I tell her we're going to see Mayuri. Today, it won't just be the two of us. I don't know what to say when we're alone. I'm afraid I'll just hurt her again. It's time to try something different. When we get off the train at Tokyo Big Sight, Lukako stares in wonder at the scene spread before her. Oh, that's right, so this is where ComiMa's being held, and we were told back when we were in that infinite loop leading up to the Suzuha ending, that this is the location for the event, ComiMa, and they were surprised at how empty and huge the area was. People, people, people. People as far as the eye can see. Welcome to ComiMa, the Otaku Festival. It's the first day, so Big Sight's more crowded than usual. And this is my plan, to take Lukako to ComiMa. I'm not making her cosplay, of course. But Lukako wouldn't even do it at Mayuri's request. And I don't want to force her to do anything she doesn't want to. We're just here to look and have fun. The first order of business is to hook up with Mayuri and Daru. Those two live and breathe ComiMa, so I'm sure they'll have a lot to talk about. Conversation will flow, and I'll be off the hook. How wonderful to have friends you can count on. Of course, bringing a date to ComiMa is a surefire way to earn myself the hatred of otaku everywhere, but no matter, I'll endure their contempt if that's what it takes to make Lukako happy. So resolved, I strike out through the crowd towards our designated rendezvous point. Lukako, clearly overwhelmed by the sheer number of people, struggles to follow behind. Near the edge of the parking lot, I see the petite Mayuri wave her hands high. There aren't as many people here. What a lovely expression Okabe has. Sorry about that. My throat is not clear, and I am also really tired. Excuse me there.
Daru.
I wonder how much money he's going to spend here. Damn, that means he won't join up with us for at least another hour. Couldn't he forego the battle just this once? Lukako's eyes dart from place to place. She's clearly uncomfortable in the chaotic atmosphere. There's still some awkwardness between us after what happened yesterday. Even on the train ride, we barely spoke to each other. What's the point of being a couple if it turns out like this? It was easier to talk when we weren't supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Lukako seemed to enjoy herself more too. Was it a mistake to bring her to ComiMa? Well, Lukako didn't refuse. Even when I told her we were going to ComiMa, she just nodded obediently. Mayuri's more cheerful than usual, but yeah, she's been looking forward to this shit for so long. She must be happy to have us here.
Lukako, 見たいものはあるか?
Lukako shakes her head.
よくわからないので、岡部さんの見たいものを見に行きたいです。
俺は別にそれほど興味があるわけじゃない。
Remember, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. Just kidding, it could be awkward either way. And just like that, Lukako looks unhappy. Crap, I shouldn't have answered like that. Mayuri talks happily to Lukako. I'm glad I chose to rely on this ditz who can't read the mood.
恥ずかしいとかそういうのはちっともなくてね、みんなとっても楽しそうなんだから。マユシーのコスを着てくれてるレイヤーさん、楓ちゃんと吹雪ちゃんって言うんだけど、2人のことも紹介するね。でね、できれば明日も来てほしいな。そしたらね、オカリンとルカちゃんの分のコスも用意しておくから。オカリンにはね、コードジアースのゼロサム様コスが似合うと思うんだ。
I don't really know what that is, but I feel like this is a reference from Code Geass. But I haven't watched an anime, so I can't really, I can't really follow along with the reference.
オカリンが一緒ならね、ルカちゃんも安心してコスプレできるでしょ。どうかな、いいアイデアだってマユシー的には思うんだ。
却下だな。
ごめんなさい。
There goes that idea.
そんな。
Mayuri slumps her shoulders in disappointment. She really does live and breathe cosplay. In the end, Lukako and I got fed up with the amount of people and left Ariake early. We took the direct shuttle bus to Akiba that only runs during ComiMa, but it was so cramped inside I thought I was going to die. We're nearing the end of the day. What a conversation this is. By the time we get back to Akiba, Lukako and I are exhausted. My feet feel like blocks of lead, and I don't have the energy to even attempt conversation. The two of us schlep back to the shrine without speaking a word. I don't know what that is. Like Spanish monks under a vow of silence. And how specific that was. Lukako doesn't raise a single complaint. But taking her to ComiMa was obviously a mistake. Lukako's expression has been stiff ever since we met up with Mayuri. Maybe she's still traumatized by otaku. The first time I met Lukako, he was being harassed by otaku. Maybe they left a bad impression. We don't talk. We spent most of the day shoulder to shoulder with strangers. I can probably count on my fingers the words I said directly to Lukako today. When we arrive at the shrine, our time as a couple will end. So this is our last chance to talk as boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm confused. What should I talk about? I try thinking about things we have in common. The demon sword Samadare, the Saishin Zanma school of swordsmanship. Okitashi said to avoid Shunibyo topics, and the dating manual concurred. What else is there? It finally dawns on me. There's nothing else Lukako and I share. Silence dominates the shrine. The silence should be calming, but it's not. I've safely escorted Lukako home. Mayuri's death is just 3 hours away. The temporary relationship between me and Lukako ends here. Now I just need Lukako to give me her mother's pager number. However, is it really okay to let it end like this? In the end, what have I done for Lukako? I haven't done squat, have I? All I've done is hurt her. Suddenly, Lukako starts sobbing. She covers her mouth with both hands, but can't stop the tears pouring from her eyes.
Lukako.
When I approach her, Lukako pulls back. Well, here comes the waterworks. Lukako wipes the corners of her eyes, but the tears keep flowing, forming a glistening line down each cheek. I'm speechless. I have no idea what to do. A girl is crying before my eyes. It's my duty as a man to comfort her. I know that, and yet no words come. I just stand there like a useless statue. There was this one person that I was dating, and we kind of got into a fight, and she actually cried in front of me, and that was the first time that ever happened. I had the same mentality as Okabe, like, you know, I should do something, but I couldn't. I knew what I should have done, but I was unable to. I don't know, it's just what a crazy situation. A girl crying in front of you is, it freezes the mind. The cause of Lukako's tears is undoubtedly me. Yeah, and I guess that's also another way to freeze the mind. If the cause of the crying is you. I didn't treat her right as my girlfriend, even if it was only a temporary arrangement. And now it ends with me watching as Lukako cries. Lukako. I'm the one who did this to her. I'm the cause of her grief. And yet... She thanks me and bows her head. Huh? She lifts her head and smiles shyly through her tears. Nani the fuck? You know, maybe Okabe had it wrong. Maybe she's not mad at him. Maybe she enjoyed just the awkwardness and everything. Like, well, despite the awkwardness, she was having a good time. She is a shy person, so maybe just being with the person she liked made her internally happy. That's a lie. Well, fuck me. That has to be a lie. To my surprise, Lukako takes my hand in hers. Her hand is very warm and delicate. This is the first time I've touched her since we became a couple. And it will be the last. Lukako places a note in my hand. And then she pulls away. She bows her head again. Well, that's it? Lukako turns her back to me, then disappears into the shrine office. I look at the note. There's a number written there. Probably her mother's pager number. She kept her promise. But I didn't keep mine. I can't let it end like this. I run full speed back to the lab, ignoring Kirisu's calls to stop. I slap on the headgear and leap to the past. Well, I kind of saw this coming, to be honest. He was very, unsatisfied with how things sort of went. So I guess we're going back just a little bit. So still the final day that we have for all this relationship jazz. But I guess maybe now we'll do something different. I regain consciousness in front of Akihabara Station. Lukako is next to me. We're about to board the train for ComiMa. Lukako looks a little anxious, but she doesn't raise a single complaint. The shuttle bus pulls up. The huge line of people begins to move. We can't go to ComiMa like this. Shaking off my time leap-induced vertigo, I take Lukako by the hand. Once we get out of the line, I let go of Lukako's hand and start walking.
Okabe-san, bus 来てますけど。
ComiMa に行くのは中止だ。
え？
俺は好きにやらせてもらう。
Interesting.
Okabe-san, どこへ？Okabe-san.
I keep walking, with Lukako's hand in mine, ignoring everything else. Lukako looks bewildered at first, but eventually she says no more, and just starts following me with a sad expression. We arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, a place devoid of visitors, where an aura of peace and dignity dominates, where the cries of cicadas resound. Lukako's home. Finally, I turn to face Lukako. Instead of letting go, I grasp her warm hand even tighter than before. Perhaps it's the heat, or perhaps it's our nervousness, but our hands are damp with sweat. But still, I don't let go. Lukako is hanging her head. She might cry at any moment.
これで恋人関係は終わりっていうことですよね。
Her lips tremble. Her voice trembles. I summon my resolve and answer her with a laugh.
何を勘違いしている？俺たちの恋人関係はまだ終了してないぜ。
I strike a pose and mimic a line from a popular card battling anime. Until I witnessed Mayuri's death, this was how I acted all the time. Now it takes some effort, but I still have it in me.
でも
さっき言っただろ。俺の好きにさせてもらうと。さあ、我が弟子よ。今すぐ妖刀さみだれを持ってくるのだ。
The wind blows. The tree growing over the main building rustles its leaves in response. Lukako looks at me blankly. Tears form in the corners of her eyes.
なんです。
なんですだと？決まっているだろう。精神残魔流の修行だ。
修行？
この2ヶ月近く、俺たち2人でやってきた修行、忘れたのか？
いえ、でも岡部さん。
今日まだ。我が名を忘れたのか、ルカコ。俺は狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、法王院京馬だ。
Swallowing my embarrassment, I strike another pose.
男だとか女だとか、そういうところで俺は混乱して、ルカコとの距離をうまくつかめずにいた。だがな、俺とルカコの関係は初めから決まっていたんだ。そのことにようやく気づいたんだ。
決まっていたって何がですか？
俺は男でお前は女で、俺たちは今日までの仮初めの恋人。
I take a deep breath. I gently comb my fingers through Lukako's hair. I twist my lips into a grin.
そんなことはどうでもいい。俺は俺であり、ルカコはルカコであり、ルカコは俺の弟子だ。
As I gently stroke her hair, Lukako puts her warm hand on top of mine. The tears collected in the corners of her eyes suddenly fall.
そうです。僕じゃなくて、京馬さんは確かに僕の師匠です。
You know, maybe the issue here is that they were trying so hard to be the generic couple. Throw away all the chuny shit and just, you know, maybe not be who they are, but I don't know. To go back to the way they have acted, how they're comfortable with each other, is probably the better way to go. And as we can see, she's actually smiling for like the first time during this relationship. I don't know if it's actually the first time, but it looks genuine. It seems genuine, I should say.
よく言った。さあルカコよ、サミダレを持ってくるのだ。
Who says chuny shit is bad?
はい。待っててくださいね。すぐ取ってきますから、ここにいてくださいね。
どこにも行かないさ。だから早く行くんだ。
Lukako reluctantly lets go of my hand, shyly turns away from me, and heads to the shrine office. You know what, this was actually a good idea. Good on Okabe for wanting to make things right. Even so, he really doesn't need to. He believes that despite all of this going to, you know, be erased, these times that he's going to be spending with all these people being erased for the greater good, he's willing to do it because he's still keeping these memories. It's, I guess, character development with him through the relationships of the people that he has. That made any fucking sense. But I don't know, I just think it's a really good move. We spend 4 hours training just like we used to. Practice swings with the demon sword. Stories of the sword's history. Lectures on the intricacies of Saishin Zanma swordsmanship. All fabricated from my Chunibyo delusions. I talk. Lukako, dressed now in her Miko robes, listens with rapt attention. Occasionally, we take a break, sit on the shrine's stairway, and eat the sweet rice balls Lukako's mother brings us. And that's how we spend an extraordinarily ordinary 4 hours.
Yosh, 今日はここまで.
Lukako lowers her stance slowly sheathes the demon sword Samidare. She looks so beautiful and majestic, standing there in flowing white robes, sword shining in her hands. I find myself mesmerized once again. Lukako bows, snapping me out of it.
ありがとうございました。ちょっとだけ強くなれた気がします。
謙遜しなくていい。今日、お前は精神三魔流奥義の一つ、32式さくらんぼを得得した。だが過信はするな。お前はまだまだ弱いんだからな。はい、
もっともっと京馬さんに教えてもらいたいです。
The breeze feels nice after the sweat we worked up. We savor our comfortable fatigue as we drink the barley tea Lukako's mother brought for us.
久しぶりに京馬さんのお話聞けた気がします。
ここ何日か、俺の意識はマニュアルという恐ろしき封印術式により不安定な状態だったのだ。だがもう完全復活した。心配かけたな。よ
かった。いつもの京馬さんが戻ってきてくれて。
Lukako answers happily. And then her expression turns serious, as if she's made up her mind about something.
昨日僕に聞きましたよね。男だった時の記憶が残っているかって。
Lukako looks away. I see her hands fidgeting in her lap. Finally, with trembling lips, she speaks.
僕、覚えているんです。
No surprise. Yeah, honestly. I mean, she was acting a little weird when we actually asked her. Plus, it sort of makes sense, but also doesn't, because back with the whole Fetus thing that I keep on bringing up, that I still won't stand by, that doesn't make sense, but what I mean that it makes sense is with the backstory. It's the same backstory. Why, like, it would not work out the same way if he was a she at that time. I expected she'd remember after what I experienced with Fetus.
覚えているというか、なんて言ったらいいのか、とても儚い感じ。
儚い？
はっきり思い出したわけじゃなくて、記憶の海の底の方というか、頭の
Then Lukako starts pawing at the air above and to the right of her head.
この辺にあるような感じです。
I don't really get it.
とにかく 覚えているんだな。
You know, maybe these people are able to remember these things because of how Okabe himself is from these different world lines. So, maybe interacting with these people and treating them just like he did in previous world lines was able to spark something. Maybe not like a full-on memory, but just something. And they could not recall, but I guess I have no idea how to explain it. I'm blaming Okabe, though. It's because of how Okabe treats everyone, and the time that he spends with them. Lukako nods. Understandable.
気にするな。この俺、法王院京馬を欺いたのだから大したものだ。
そのおかげで、お母さんのポケベルの番号も僕聞かなくても知っているんです。
Okay, well, completely fuck whatever I just brought up as a theory as to how these people are remembering things. She takes out a piece of paper, upon which is written the number.
今日はどんな結果になってもこれを渡すつもりでした。
But Okabe wanted things to work out well.
それからもう一つ。
One more thing.
記憶のことと関係しているかどうかわからないんですけど、古いパソコンのありかについて。
Now that I didn't expect. Yeah, same here. I kind of forgot about it.
IBN 5100のことか。
はい。多分そうだと思います。
You know, she actually was really suspicious when we came by the shrine before we did the original time leap to go back, I think, to the 11th. So we had a lot of time. When we came here asking about it, she looked really suspicious, or she acted suspicious, I should say. True, Lukako did seem like she knew something about the IBN 5100. Plus, Luka's dad confirmed that it was here at the shrine. And then one day it suddenly disappeared. Does Lukako know where it is now?
それが事実なら、ルカコ、お前は男に戻らなくても済むかもしれない。
But Lukako faintly shakes her head.
それは無理だと思います。
なんで？
Lukako grips my hand.
ついてきてください。案内します。
Uh-oh. She looks into my eyes. Lukako is no longer crying. In the fading sunlight, her eyes shine with firm resolve. She brings me to Daibiru. I look up at the huge towering building.
ここに IBN 5100が。
そっちじゃなくてですね。
Lukako faces away from Daibiru and points to a coin locker tucked in a narrow alley.
去年のお正月前。
Lukako walks up to the coin locker and she talks.
その時までうちの神社にあのパソコンはあったんです。
Until New Year's. That's a contradiction. It was only 2 weeks ago that I found the IBN 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine, which means I really haven't returned to the original world line.
僕のせいなんです。僕が神事のお手伝いで倉庫をお掃除していた時に誤って壊しちゃったんです。
壊した？
Lukako nods.
でももしお父さんに知られたら怒られると思って、それでこっそりここまで持ってきてコインロッカーの中に 隠したんです。
よくここまで持ってこられたな。あれは尋常じゃない重さだぞ。
家にあった台車を使いました。そのせいで台車まで壊れちゃったんですけど。
God damn it. Even so, it must have been hard to get it here with just a pushcart. Maybe she was running on adrenaline.
京馬さんが探してるって聞いたとき、僕すごくびっくりして、本当のことずっと話そうって思ってたんですけど、嫌われるかもしれないって考えたら言い出せませんでした。
バカだな。そんなことでお前を嫌うわけがないだろう。何しろお前は俺の弟子なのだからな。
はい。
Lukako takes the locker key out of her pocket.
もう1年半以上放置したから、管理会社に持っていかれちゃったかもしれませんけど。
1年半放置か。だとしたら絶望的だな。
This locker charges 200 yen per day. Normally, if a coin locker goes unpaid for more than a few days, the management retrieves the contents. And if the owner doesn't claim it within a month, it's usually thrown away. Meaning the IBN 5100 is already... Lukako goes to a large locker at the end of the row, inserts the key, and tries the lock.
鍵かかってないみたいです。
確定だな。
Sure enough, Lukako opens the door to reveal an empty locker.
すみません。
Either way, it doesn't matter. There's no point in retrieving a broken IBN 5100. But I don't tell her that.
お前が責任を感じなくてもいい。俺が安易に世界を歪ませたのが一番の元凶なんだからな。
京馬さん。
That's why I must bear the burden. Mayuri's pain, Suzuha's pain, Feris's pain, and now Lukako's pain. Something occurs to me. What if I send a D-mail telling Lukako not to sweep the storehouse? How would that change the world line? Would the IBN 5100 stay at Yanabayashi Shrine, ready for me to retrieve in August as planned? Part of me wants to try sending that D-mail. If it works, Lukako could stay a girl. No, I mustn't give in to the temptation. My goal is to restore the world line, not warp it further. Fix the past to save Mayuri. That is my mission.
僕の記憶、なんだか奇妙なんです。
奇妙とは？
僕の記憶の中には、あのパソコンのことについての2つの記憶が混ざっていて、一つはパソコンを壊した僕の記憶、もう一つはそんなパソコンは全然知らないし、倉庫のお掃除もしなかった僕の記憶。男だった僕はパソコンを壊してません。倉庫の掃除の代わりに本殿のお掃除をしていたから。
So Lukako swept the storehouse because she became a girl. Because she swept the storehouse, she broke the IBN 5100 and deposited it into this coin locker. As a result, the IBN 5100 will never reach me. Is this the butterfly effect?
やっぱり僕が男に戻るしか方法はないみたいです。
Well, yeah, that actually would allow us to finally have the IBN 5100, unless something else gets in the way, but I don't think that's the case. There's no longer any doubt in her eyes. There's no choice. She knows it as well as I. But she does look content. I mean, she's not crying. She seems okay with it. We return empty-handed to Yanabayashi Shrine, which is dyed scarlet by the setting sun. Lukako lets go of my hand after we arrive. We spent the whole walk hand in hand. Then she turns to me.
今度こそお別れですね。
ああ。
京馬さんと修行ができて本当に良かったです。
She smiles shyly again, but her cheeks are dyed pink. I can tell she's desperately holding back her tears. But those tears hold a different meaning than the ones I saw before I time leapt. Time leaped, sorry. I was trying to be, grammatically correct. At least I'd like to think so.
俺はお前に恋人らしいことは何もしてやれなかったな。
そんなことはどうでもいいですよ。
Oh yeah, the hand-holding definitely wasn't boyfriend-like at all. Come on.
そうだった。
I'm sincerely relieved, because Lukako smiled for me.
まゆりちゃんのこと助けてあげてください。
That's the goal.
まゆりちゃんは僕にとっても大事なお友達ですから。
ルカコ。
もう行ってください。出ないと僕泣いちゃいそうで。だからお願いします。今日までありがとうございました。こういう時は例の合言葉ですよね。エルサイコンガリ。
Little off, but really close.
コングルーだ。
I find myself smiling. Lukako forces a smile too.
エルサイコングルーです。
I thought she was actually gonna mispronounce it again, but like way worse. She bows deeply. She doesn't raise her head. A sign for me to go already. I turn back to the archway at the shrine's entrance. My feet are heavy. They won't advance. I stop in front of the stairs. Then I take out my phone.
もしもし、岡部。まゆりから電話あったわよ。プンプンしてた。あんたがコミマに来る約束をすっぽかしたって。
クリスティーナ、今から言う番号を電話レンジカッコ仮に入力してくれ。
何よ。どういうことか説明して。
いいから頼む。これから D メールを送る。
I hear a sigh on the other end of the phone.
番号は
I tell her Lukako's mother's pager number with another string of numbers attached. *2. Okay, I'm not reading all of that aloud. Meat, meat, veg, veg, meat, meat, veg, veg. When she sees this, Lukako's mother will probably think it's a prank. And then she'll assume the D-mail we sent earlier was also a prank. If that still doesn't change the word line, we can just try something else. Pagers in 1992 didn't display the sender's number. Lukako's mother won't know who sent it. I already told Kyudasu the timer setting. Everything's ready. I hang up once I confirm that the 42-inch CRT is on. Now I just need to call the phone wave name subject to change. Then the world line will change. Lukako will turn back into a guy. Her memories will disappear. Mayuri won't die today. However, I hesitate to open my address book. My thoughts turn to Lukako, who is probably still watching me from behind. If I turn around, what will I see on her face? I want to check, but I don't think she'd want that. Lukako finally smiled for me today, but I still have lingering reservations inside. This time, I'm about to sacrifice Lukako's memories. The memories of the 17 years she lived as a girl on this world line. The memories of her parents who rejoiced when their daughter was born. I'm about to erase all of that. But if I don't, I will be rejecting the 17 years Lukako lived as a guy. I will be rejecting the memories of his parents who rejoiced when their son was born. Even so, is it okay to turn Lukako back into a guy? I'm lost and cannot take another step. I've sacrificed the memories of 2 friends already. So what's a third one? The sight of their tears is burned into my mind. Uh-oh. Something soft presses against my back. Lukako has embraced me from behind. I hear faint sobbing. What expression is she making now? Even without looking, I can tell. Her words are like needles stabbing into my heart. Hey man, in this day and age, the yaoi shit is pretty okay. I have nothing against homosexuals, but unfortunately, I am heterosexual. I won't be able to answer Lukako's feelings if he's a guy. Yeah, what a memory that is.
Lukako.
すみません。そんなことはどうでもいいの気持ちですよね。
Oh, come on, it does matter. It really does. But what can you do, man? It's the same situation the other two. God damn it.
お前が男に戻っても俺にとってルカ子はルカ子だ。それは変わらない。
はい。そう言ってもらえて嬉しいです。岡部さん、メール送ってください。お願いします。 れ以上岡部さんのぬくもりを感じていたら僕もっと嫌なこと言っちゃいそうだからもう気持ちを我慢できなくなっちゃうから
だが
Is this really okay?
岡部さんお願い
I'm about to sacrifice someone again. Is it my place to make that decision? My fingers tremble around my phone. But Lukako embraces those trembling fingers with her own.
僕のこと覚えていてくれますか
Aw, man. It's decision-making time, baby. And that is where we are going to end this episode, because we're actually out of time. But hey, at least we're at the deciding point, which is lovely. So I guess in the next episode, we'll most likely, I'm guessing, get to Lukako's end. And if we still have time, I guess we could just go ahead and see, you know, what happens if we do send the D-mail. And then we'll probably jump into the next chapter. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that the, after we sent the, actually, no, that did take some time. I was going to say the D-mail that we sent, or that we didn't send, or no, we did send one. What we did in order to get to Fedis' ending, that it didn't take long, but I actually think it did. That was a long episode. So I don't know how long that's going to take, for, Lukako, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens next time. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this episode of Steins Gate, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that fantastic shit, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.